So these are called GK Kunten, and recently there has been a lot of hype around these IEMs. So these are priced at around 1029 for the 3.5mm variant that comes with microphone, and you can also get the Type C at around 1275. So GK is first of all a sub brand of KZ, but now it is working independently just like the CCA. So the box packing and all that you can see is very similar to how KZ packs their IEM. So what you have inside the box are these IEMs. Then you have a cable, some extra pair of ear tips, paperwork, and that's all what you get in the box. So sometimes it's not about making the best product by putting in some of the best tech insight into something. It's more about dealing with the problems that are there in the products in a given price point, and if you wisely take care of all those problems and eliminate all those things, so it will automatically make a bad product into a good one even without doing anything. And I think GK Kunten is all about that. So first of all, there are plenty of positive reviews about this already, so I'm going to take a slightly different approach. I'm going to give you some of the logical reasons behind why these are sounding so good. So let's begin with the video. So starting off with the design and build quality, the IEMs are made from resin and the faceplate is made from metal. And if you compare it to the other IEMs in this particular price segment, like the KZ's EDX series, the KZK, and also the Auricular R, so they are coming with same kind of a shell design with a rounded shaped faceplate. So these IEMs, you can say, kind of break that monotonous approach. The design feels very aggressive, and I would say that these IEMs are built really well. The quality of faceplate they have used and the design looks very fresh, and I think the reason people have accepted this more as compared to what was coming in the market at this particular price point. Also, when it comes to the cable, so the cable looks very similar to what KZ is giving with their IEMs. It's a semi-transparent cable that is tangle free, and the cable looks nice at this particular price point. And I also believe that most of the cable that are coming with the IEMs in this particular price segment, the cable is coming in from the same manufacturer, and that is KZ, because I came across this picture of the Type C variant of this IEM, on which you can see that on the Type C connector it has that KZ logo. So the cable is actually from KZ. And also these IEMs are coming with an semi open back design. When I reviewed the Auricular Arc and also the Fosse Audio's IEM4 last year, so I said that from this year onwards most of the companies would be focusing their attention on semi open back IEMs, because these IEMs are very much fatigue free. They offer a good listening experience, but with the semi open back design comes some major problems, which I'll discuss in the later part of the video. And now we will try to dive slightly more deep into technical specifications and the reasons why these IEMs are sounding so good. So first of all, the open back design is a problem itself, because in this particular design the air is getting pushed in two different directions. Some portion of the air goes out from the faceplate, the other portion is going out from the nozzle, and in order to feel bass, the air needs to be confined into a certain volume and it needs to be pushed in certain direction to have that impact and punchy bass. But so this kind of a design actually suffers from the bass itself. So what they have done here is that if you look at the diaphragm, so instead of giving a 0.5mm effective diaphragm, what most of the other brands offer you, they are offering you a 0.7mm diaphragm. It means that the perimeter of the diaphragm is narrow compared to the what other 10mm drivers are offering. So you can say this 10mm driver is more efficient compared to the other 10mm dynamic drivers what other brands are offering you. Apart from the diaphragm, at this particular price point most of the brands are using some kind of a metal composite diaphragm, but in this case you are also getting a polymer composite diaphragm. And also for producing vocals, or you can say better mid-range, these IEMs are also giving, or you can say having, a separate voice coil. Now separate voice coil is something that you would not get with any other IEMs at this particular price point, so they have also included a separate voice coil with this one. The value of impedance was slightly surprising to me, because these IEMs come with an impedance of around 43 ohms, which is like 11 ohms greater than what any smartphone, or you can say what any standard smartphone would be able to drive. So in order to drive these properly, you should definitely include a DAC with this one. So you can try out some budget DACs like the Auricular D7 or the Auricular Spark or even the Auricular Note, and if you have the cash to spend, you can go with the Auricular Arc. The IEMs, like you won't be having any sort of issues related to driving these IEMs properly. And also if I talk about the cable, so this cable is a silver plated copper cable, because most of the other cables that other brands offer you are coming with an oxygen free copper cable, so you also have a superior cable. And I think these are the reasons that make these IEMs slightly better technically compared to what other brands are offering you. Now talking about the comfort and fitting, so the IEMs are small and compact, and also they are very lightweight, and it's a very trusted design, and the IEMs are going to fit you very nicely. I'm using with the default medium size ear tips, and I didn't had any sort of problems whatsoever. Now coming on to the audio quality, so first of all, IEMs sound really very good, and if you look at this particular graph, so it has enough amount of bass, and also the vocals a little bit on a forward side, and the graph shows that it has good control in the high frequencies. So in this particular price point, if you're comparing it to the IEMs like the KZ's EDX series, so EDX series has, I would say, a problem like if you tend to increase the volume, the IEMs tend to get a little bit noisy and you will tend to hear a lot of sibilance in the high frequencies. So GK Kunten takes care of that very nicely. And also the newer IEM from KZ, like the KZ Gale, I got a Type C version of the KZ Gale, so I compared the GK Kunten with using the articular arc. So the combination of the articular arc with GK Kunten was performing way better compared to the KZ Gale's Type C variant. So it just you know completely outperforms KZ's EDX series and the KZ Gale in the 1000 rupees price segment. Moving on slightly higher on the ladder, if you are comparing it to the IEMs like the KZ Casters, now Casters are usually dual dynamic, they have like dual drivers inside and they are mostly bass oriented, so you cannot have a head-to-head comparison of that with the GK Kunten. But if you are comparing it to the IEMs like the Moondrop Chew 2, so Moondrop Chew 2 suffers with a problem like it doesn't have enough amount of bass because the overall housing of the Moondrop Chew 2 is very compact, so it will give a better output compared to the Moondrop Chew 2 also. And also if you're comparing it to the IEMs like the 7Hz 02 and also the original 7Hz Sal Note 0, so it is going to perform way better than all these IEMs in this particular price segment. But if you move slightly more higher in the ladder and if you tend to get close to that 3000 rupees price segment and you compare it to the IEMs like the 7Hz G1, so G1 are performing better as compared to the GK Kunten. Definitely it has that V-shaped of a sound signature, powerful and thumpy bass, and overall the sound signature is also very powerful. But if you are looking at the competition, so GK Kunten actually outperforms or performs better and when compared to the IEMs up to the 2000 rupees price segment. I tried these IEMs for gaming and I would say the performance in the BGMI was phenomenal. It was, the location of the enemies was pointed very nicely, the stereo was good, the separation was good, and the footsteps and all were very clear, so you can definitely use it for gaming. And I also watched a couple of movies with these IEMs, so overall experience was completely fatigue free because of that open back design. The dialogues were very clear and I didn't have any sort of like, you can say after using IEMs or headphones, the head tends to get little heavy and you just need to remove your earphones or an IEMs to relax your ears a little bit. So that kind of a problem is not there with the GK Kunten. So anyway, this was all about it. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely if you have any answers, any questions or queries, make sure to drop that in the comment section and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.